Dobry dzień. Good morning from the Carpathian Mountains in southern Ukraine. This place is magical and I've been here for a few days now, but today we're on a mission because today we're going off into the faraway remote pastures in the mountains to meet some very special characters who spend pretty much the entire summers there. But there's one more little thing. We're not going there by car. Cars are going to be useless in this terrain. We are going on horseback. This is Lesha, this is Lucia, this is Rita, this is the gang. Anton, our horseman, is over there, and his horse is named Lova. And behind the camera right now we've got Andrei. You can't see him. There we go. This is the gang, and off we go like a pack of adventurers. The moment you find yourself in these mountains, your mind begins to wander about all the people who crossed here on horseback since the beginning of time. It's so dreamy. The places we're passing by are so beautiful. Check out this little house. I don't know if you can see it between the trees. This old traditional chata, which basically means like hut or cottage. You just see places like this all over these mountains. We've just arrived at our lunch spot, which is this cute tiny little wooden hut. This place is honestly perfection. Anton, co my tutaj mamy?
Pasztet, tuszonka I salo.
It's all meat. There's also bread, I guess.
We've got some bread and some pate, and we got a beautiful countryside. It's delicious.
Like it?
Uh-huh.
These are the Carpathians, a mountain range that stretches all the way across Eastern Europe. This is one of the wildest places on the continent, home to bears and wolves, secretive forests, and the last frontier for human life. There are some places in the world where you simply cannot reach with an ordinary car. Horses, on the other hand, probably more reliable than any 4x4 that you can get. And these horses, the local Hutzul horses, are machines. They know this terrain like the backs of their hands, hoofs, I guess. Super reliable, beautiful local Ukrainian horses. Alright, after about 5 hours of riding, we're just about to arrive at our final destination. I can't wait for you guys to see this place. You know, it's really funny because arriving at this dairy farm on horseback feels like we're back in the medieval times and we've just crossed the mountains and now we're stopping in a hotel or a guest house. I don't know, maybe that's too much. Maybe I'm overinterpreting it. Anyway, it feels pretty cool, so let's go and take a look around. The horses got to take the rest of the day off. Meanwhile, we said hello to our local hosts who run this remote dairy farm. We arrived at the start of the season, so we had the place all to ourselves. Andrei, our guide from Green Ukraine, wanted to show us around. So Andrei, what's happening here? How many cows are there here now?
Now only 7 cows because it's early and they came only yesterday.
And normally how many cows would you have in a farm like this?
30 plus.
We're about to go inside the barn, check out the cows and help with the milking.
The same problem. This year the winter was too long, like longer than usual. That's why we only have 7 cows here, the cows that belong to the big boss. And so people will come only on Tuesday.
Why are there no workers, people who want to come and work here?
Там за границею він може заробити 1000 євро чи доларів за місяць, а ми платимо за 3 місяці.
Of course, I had to get involved. So Mr. Ivan here is about to show me how to milk a cow, which is something I've never done before. I've only ever milked goats and sheep and even a donkey, but not a cow.
Оці два пальці мають внизу.
Aha, okay, so you gotta take 2 fingers
Ще не
and 3. І так. Oh, I don't want to hurt her. Ah!
Трошки
Okay.
огонь.
So you gotta kind of like pull it down and then squeeze. No, that didn't work. Pull it down and then squeeze. Aha! This is much harder than it looks. Mr. Ivan has already milked half of the pods. Meanwhile, I'm barely managing to squeeze out a tiny little bit of milk. Oh, here we go. Just a few drops.
Вешайтеся на техніку.
Oh, now, okay, take fast. It's Mike's turn to try.
My hands are cold. She didn't like it. Pull, squeeze.
You're better than me.
Вже їдою.
Wonder why.
I'm not even gonna comment.
You have to grab it from the top and then squeeze it down. And if you just squeeze, nothing happens. You gotta reload it and then squeeze it out.
You know, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself that Mike, who is Canadian, is better at milking a cow than me, who is from these parts of the world. My family had cows once upon a time. And my grandma would also be ashamed of me. Sorry, Grandma. We're about to see the cheese-making facility. Throughout the summer months, Mr. Ivan invites workers to come all the way up here and help him make all sorts of dairy products. In just a couple of weeks, this place will be teeming with people and cows, making heaps of fresh organic mountain cheese and butter every single day. So we're about to try some super fresh local milk. I mean, I saw this milk being milked from the cow just now. You did too, so let's try it. Let's see how it tastes. Oh my god. It's super, super sweet. Naturally sweet, and honestly it tastes a little bit more like wild. Is that a flavor? That tastes wild? Is that, I don't know, maybe that's
Unpasteurized.
unpasteurized, and that's exactly what it is. When I asked Mr. Ivan if the milk is pasteurized, he said absolutely not, it's all natural. Is unpasteurized milk illegal in Canada?
I think you have to pasteurize milk in most places.
Yes, exactly. That's the thing. Most countries actually require you to pasteurize milk. Not here. And it goes back into the bucket, and tomorrow we're gonna be making cheese out of all of this milk. This is where we're gonna be staying for the night. This is not a hotel, it's not a guest house, it's not even a homestay. This is a real and authentic dairy farm in the Carpathian Mountains in Ukraine. A pretty remote and authentic place. Alright, let's go inside and see what it's like. Ooh, is this our room?
It is.
Oh my god, check this out.
Bed for me, a bed for you, and if you play your cards right, we can share.
So this is our room, this is our home for the night. It's very simple, but it's so cute. I absolutely love it. The walls are all made out of local wood. We've got a couple of huge, ridiculously big beds actually. Some hooks, a cupboard.
And there's food on the table.
And there's food on the table, so let's go and eat. I'm actually starving, but I can't wait to like just get cozy in here later. Does this work? Oh my god, and the radiator works too. Oh, food. Let's go. All right. This is the dining room. Oh my god, look at all of this. What a meal. This is a feast. I think we're gonna really enjoy this part after a full day of riding. Look at this fresh cheese, fresh butter, fresh more sausage. All super, super local food. Let's dig in. How come there is light out here? I mean, we're pretty remote right now, right?
Because this farm has a light battery from solar panels.
This here, ladies and gents, is samogonka. Holy water, as it's known in these parts, but I would rather call it unholy water because this stuff gets you to a whole different place after a few shots. Homemade, devilishly strong, and only to be consumed in large quantities. Za was telling you, warms you up like instantly. Delicious homemade borscht.
3 times
Beetroot
in the
soup.
worst house we drink this.
In the worst house, 3 times.
Minimum.
What does that mean? That we have to drink minimum 3 times?
Yes.
Na zdrowie.
To your health.
To your Дякую.
Їжте,
Jem.
кісточку з'їдайте. З'їдайте кісточку.
Pani Olia wasn't going to leave us hungry.
So is there more after this?
Oh yes, Mike, this is just the beginning. Pani Olia has prepared us a delicious local dish with mushrooms, polenta, cheese. I can't wait to dig in. Just mash it all up, mix it all up and dig in.
Прошу сідати, кулеша тепла.
Here we have kuleshe, probably the most mountain style dish that you can imagine. So there's polenta, you add a little bit of cheese, and then you add some mushrooms with cream. Super delicious, super creamy. This is the kind of food that would keep you going and keep you energized for months and weeks at a time out here in the remote mountains. This has been an absolute feast. I am so full, I can like no longer even stand up. We didn't manage to finish everything because all of this was food just for 4 people. So Baba Olia, Pani Olia, our host, who welcomed us here and who made all this food, of course, promptly berated us for not eating enough. She said, "Treba jest. We have to eat." I absolutely cannot. So I'm just gonna sit here, feel a little bit sorry for myself, but also just have tea and digest. That's it. I think I'm not capable of anything else tonight.
What did you put in your tea?
Nothing. What?
She forced Eva to put moonshine in her tea.
It's apparently it aids digestion, right? So all good.
Понарадили, в кого є сім'ї, так як це не той на цьому, то він втрачають. Ну а так, я що, мої роки підходять, як казав, на це, але я стараюся, мабуть, когось навчив, щоб було заміна.
How difficult is the job of a shepherd?
Треба ранком вставати зараз у 4 години. Ранком
In the
встають.
morning you have to wake up at 4 a.m.
Oh,
7 година, кора вже має бути на пашу робити.
So before 7 a.m. you have to milk the cows and head them to pasture.
Meanwhile, outside it was raining cats and dogs, or like the Ukrainians say, raining like from a bucket. A great opportunity to talk to Pani Olia and Pan Ivan about their life.
Помагаю трохи дідові, що ж туди, чоловікові. Коровки доїти, їсточки зварити. Гриби ходжу, збираю, афини збираю.
How would you compare your life here in the farm and life in the village? Which one's easier, which one's more difficult?
Подобається тут, бо тут воздух, природа, файно, чистенько. А в селі теж в нас немає ні заводів, нічого, в селі теж в нас файно може бути. Так.
What's the most important thing in life?
Аби всі були дуже здорові, оце головне. Аби діти мої здорові були, аби в світі не було ніякої біди, оце головне в нас. А так усе в нас добре.
Найважливіше в житті, щоб мої сім'ї, мої діти, всі, каже, жінка буде дуже здорові. Ну, а це, що я обрав цю професію свою полоненника, то тепер це в мене найважливіше, бо інакше я вже в старших роках, щоб робити людям радість, щоб люди віддихали, щоб приїхали до нас, щоб ця полонина, аби була весела, аби вона не занепала, ця полонина, фактично, щоб, бо вже відколи ми тут працюємо, то тут постійно гості. Постійно гості, це є моя найбільший успіх, моя радість є, що люди дізнаються, бо приїхають до нас, буде, Андрій знає щось, з Арабських Еміратів, з Австралії, з всіх країн, майже ціла земна куля вже майже тут буде, всі країни, так.
What are people's reactions when they come from the United Arab Emirates, from the USA to this place? How do they react?
Так, вдома він жиє у цьому квартирі, там на 8-10 поверсі, ну що він там? Приїхав сюди, він вже побачив природу зовсім інакше. Дуже подобається. Корови дає раз, коли свині фотографуються два. Наверхи ходять туди, коні, пробують продукцію, то все повністю віддихають.
He's right. The people who visit his dairy farm come from the same world, but it's almost like a slightly different dimension. They drop by, immerse themselves into local culture completely for a short while, and hopefully come out with a slightly new outlook on what life can be like. And that's a gift from Pan Ivan and Pani Olia to those who know that the world belongs to the brave.